times where if you've gone to the park with a friend or a family to shoot basketball, but you end up embarrassing yourself because your shot did not go anywhere near the basket? Well, that's okay. As I teach you the basics of shooting, you should be able to shoot, make a shot up close, right? So as a coach, many times I've seen my players or even my friends shoot a basketball with a very unorthodox form. Right? And with that, they miss the shots very often. And after I correct them a little bit, their shots would look a lot better and smoother, and occasionally have a higher percentage to make. So there are three main steps in shooting a basketball. First is your base, next is your hand placement, and lastly is your release. Just think of the shot as a catapult, right? A catapult has a base, it has an arm that holds onto the rock, and it also has the firing motion of the rock. Alright, so you guys hold on to the ball, please. Now, first we want to move to our base. So our base, we want to be in athletic stance so we can be on balance. This is the base of the catapult. So athletic stance meaning that I want my legs shoulder width apart. A little bit wider is fine, but you do not want to be too wide or too close. Alright, so have your legs shoulder width apart. Right foot, your dominant foot, right, slightly in front of your other foot. And you want your toes to be pointing towards the direction of where you want to aim. So in this case, I want to be pointing in the basket. So knees bent, and also I want to have my knees bent. I want to bend my knees above 90 degrees, but not too low or not bent at all. So about 90 degrees, a little bit above is fine. Right? Now the next step is our hand placement. This is the arm of the catapult, which helps aim the rock. Right? Okay, so first I want to have my dominant hand, in this case my right hand. Right? I want to spread my fingers out like this. And I want to align these fingers on this black line right here on the basketball. So I align my fingers on the black lines. Right? Spread my fingers out. Get a good feel of the basketball. Okay? Next, I want to bring my elbows up like this. Okay? 90 degrees. Right? Make it 90 degrees with your elbow. Right? I want the bottom half to be parallel to the ground. Okay? I don't want my elbows out like this or close in like this. I want to have it straight, 90 degrees. Right? I also want to bend my wrist backwards, clog the basketball up like this. Right? Lastly, also I want to make sure there's a small space between my palm and the basketball. This is because I want to shoot with mostly my fingers rather than my palms. So make sure there's a little bit of space between your palm and the basketball. Alright? Next step, final step. Our next step is having my left hand as a support. So I want to put my left hand on the side of the basketball, not in front, not on top. Okay? If I put it over here, it will block the shot. So I'll just have it on the side of support. Alright? And finally, where we want to place the ball. So we want to place the ball on the dominant side of our body. So in this case, my right side. And depending on how strong you are, right? For me, I like to put the ball in front of a little bit in front of below my eyes, right here. Okay, in this position. If you're a little bit weaker, right, you can start the ball off a little bit lower under your chin. If you're a little bit stronger, you can bring the ball up a little bit higher. Alright? Now, to the final step. This final step is the release of the shot. So it's basically the firing of the rock. So basically we just want to put these two steps together. So back, athletic stance, right, knees bent, alright, and having hold on to the ball along the seams, left hand as a support, okay, ball slightly under my eyes, and 90 degrees with my elbow, right? Now the final step, I want to make sure my release is all smooth, all in one motion, everything straight up, straight down, elbow straight, everything straight. So I want to bend my knees down, right, a little bit above 90, and as I go up, at the same time, I want to have my elbows straightened at the same time. And at the highest point, I want to flick my wrist downwards, pointing towards the basket at a 45-degree angle. So put everything together, legs spread out, knees bent, ball right here, okay, go up, and as I go to the highest point, I flick, right? I want to make sure my knees is bent and generate the amount of strength possible, right? So I want to go up, make sure everything is motion, so everything is in motion, so my shot can have strength, alright? So down, up, follow through, pointing at the alright? So this is the basic step of shooting a basketball. Don't stop here, alright? So according to halfer of USA basketball, you want to keep adjusting your shots or your form so it's comfortable for you, right? So if, for example, if my form is like this, I feel a little bit of stiffness in my arm, right? And my shot isn't as smooth, right? Maybe I want to have my elbows just slightly out a little bit and make so that my release can be a lot more smoother. Or if I feel like I'm not getting enough strength from my legs, right? Maybe I can spread my legs out a little bit wider, but not too wide, right? Just slightly make small adjustments to improve your shot slightly. So this is the basics of shooting a basketball. Maybe next time you can go to the park with your friends or your family and maybe beat them in a game of course. Right? So keep adjusting your form and end your shot with a splash. All right?